Yo, welcome everyone. Bitcoin is probably going even lower today, but I am looking to buy the dip because a very nice support level is coming up. Let me show you. Usually we say we should trade the range until it actually breaks. However, as of right now, it does look like we are breaking the range towards the upside and probably Bitcoin is going to go lower in the next couple of hours. Why do I think so? Simply because the bottom of our horizontal range has been respected for many times, and the reality is, more times we test the area of support, the higher the likelihood it will see a break towards the downside. Additionally, when we do measure the entire upper price action with volume, value area low or the last volume support level right now is seeing a break towards upside. And it simply tells us probably we are going to go lower towards the downside, and that is why at the area of support where a lot of people are going to be bearish, we are going to look to fire another long or a buy position on Bitcoin. Not only Bitcoin, we can also look to add something to our other positions on different altcoins, for example Ethereum, Hype, or many other different crypto. But nevertheless, let me right now do share with you why is Bitcoin pushing lower, and also what is going to be the exact price target you should be aware of. And it does look like, yes, Bitcoin is following our prediction almost exactly. Remember what I posted on Twitter only 23 hours ago. I said, this remains my preferred Bitcoin scenario, high probability for a new all-time high in July. And at the moment, we are still forming a bigger ABC correction. We got a push towards the upside for our A wave, we got a push towards the upside for our B wave, and as of right now, we are probably going to complete our last CL8 wave towards upside. And also one very important thing, remember what people are doing exactly at the highs when they are trying to trade the breakout out of the triangle. Of course, they are firing another long or a buy position exactly at the highs. And right now on the push down, they are getting completely wrecked, completely liquidated. And of course, once they are going to be liquidated, we are going to take advantage of the liquidity and fire another long or a buy position. That is why later in the video, we also need to talk about another liquidation cluster that is being placed almost exactly at the lows. But nevertheless, let's right now talk about this ABC correction we can notice on the 1 hour time frame. One very important thing we usually like to look at is that the AL8 wave is the similar length of our CL8 wave in terms of time. So how can we measure that? We are going to go with our trend-based Fibonacci time, putting the first pivot exactly at the start of our A wave, putting the second pivot at the end of our A wave, and putting the third pivot at the start of the C wave. And it does look like 1-to-1 Fibonacci time level is coming up tomorrow on 2nd of July at 2 AM my specific time. So it does look like this ABC correction is probably going to end literally sooner rather than later. I would say potentially already today or maybe tomorrow, because we are going to hit the very important 1-to-1 Fibonacci time. And what is going to be the first very important target you should really be aware of? Of course, we can simply go with our Fibonacci retracement levels from the swing low back towards the swing high. And in this case, if we talk about the exact theory, we should be paying attention to the level at approximately 0.5 Fibonacci retracement, which is going to land at approximately 103.1 thousand US dollars. But to be honest, I do not really think Bitcoin is going to go towards this specific area directly. Yes, I am going to show you another level that is going to be placed below the 0.5 in a case the first support level is going to be broken, but to be honest, I don't really think 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level is a very important level you should be aware of. And before we right and talk about that, I would also really appreciate for you to smash up the like button, because 1000 likes are really possible. And also, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Let me right now do share with you why 0.5 Fibonacci, in my opinion, is not an important price target, and also why after we hit the price target that I'm going to show you, why potentially we might even be looking for another all-time high next. Because when we go right now with our Ehler stochastic CG oscillator on the daily time frame, we are curving towards downside, which is going to be an indication that Bitcoin can also drop lower in the next couple of days. Additionally, on the weekly time frame, yes, we are right now having, of course, a brand new weekly candle that already opened yesterday, but nevertheless, we are right now trading exactly at the oversold area. Not only that, today is the 1st of July, which also means we got a brand new monthly candle open. And this specific indicator right now really shows us we are trading almost exactly at the oversold area. And the last time before we actually hit the oversold area, we already got another push towards the upside on the Bitcoin chart itself. So that is why as of right now, I remain bullish, and I really do think that the area of support that Bitcoin is probably going to hit in the next couple of hours, in the next couple of days, is going to be one of your last chances for you to fire a high probability long or a buy position, not only on Bitcoin, also on the entire cryptocurrency market, simply because an altcoin season might be starting, maybe even in the next couple of days, because once you pay attention to the Bitcoin dominance chart, no, we haven't really hit our major area of resistance right here. However, if we go right now with the RSI indicator, we are clearly reaching the overbought area right here, and on the weekly and the daily time frame, we are forming higher highs on Bitcoin dominance, lower high on the RSI, which right now means a bearish divergence is being present, which could potentially mean an altcoin season is going to start. And right now, the most important question that you probably have, where can I look to fire another long or a buying position on Bitcoin in the next couple of hours? Let's right now talk about one of the biggest support areas when the CL8 wave can potentially bottom out and Bitcoin is going to continue higher. So what we are right now going to do, let's zoom out on the 4-hour time frame, where we are going to be measuring the entire upper price section with our volume. And the volume profile right now shows us that we do have the biggest volume cluster or the point of control at approximately 105.5 thousand US dollars. So this right here is clearly going to be a very important volume level. Additionally, let's go with the anchored VWAP and let's anchor it exactly at the bottom right here. It is going to come in almost exactly at our volume level. Additionally, we go with our exponential moving averages and we are only going to go with our 200 EMA coming in exactly at the volume level. Additionally, Fibonacci retracement from our swing low back towards our swing high, and we are going to pay attention to only 0.236 and also 0.32 Fibonacci retracement level, which it also does look like both of them are coming in approximately at this specific zone. Not to mention, the CME gap on Bitcoin, if we right now push lower, is also going to be filled at approximately 106.5 thousand US dollar area. So I would say like that, Bitcoin in the next couple of hours is probably going to hit one of the biggest support levels on the entire Bitcoin chart. Yes, we can still drop slightly lower towards downside towards our 0.32 Fibonacci retracement level, where we also have a lot of liquidity. However, I would say like that, the biggest area or zone of support is actually slightly higher at approximately 105.5, 106 thousand US dollars. Now, one very important thing that I also want to mention, this right here is right now going to be the first major support level. However, remember, it's all about probabilities. In my opinion, we do have quite a high probability of bouncing right here and continuing our way towards the upside. But of course, we are not going to go with a long position without proper risk management. Risk management is also very, very important, because if the support level right here is going to be lost, we are then going to look towards another major area of support. But the thing is, because we trade from level to level, I would simply say looking for a long position already at this specific area is, in my opinion, going to be quite a smart idea. But of course, you need to be setting a proper stop loss. And of course, if you want to trade with us and take an advantage of the free 30,000 US dollar bonus, and additionally, you're going to get 20 USDT only for signing up, up, click the first link down below in the description, because yes, only after you register, you're going to get 20 USDT, then deposit because you're going to get another 10 USDT, and also after you're going to open your first trade, you're going to get another 20 USDT. Of course, the 30,000 US dollar free bonus is still available using the first link down below after you register and after initial deposit. Now, let me also share with you the importance of this specific support level, because when you pay attention to the liquidations on the 1 week time frame, the only biggest liquidation cluster below our recent low is landing at 106.2 thousand US dollars, almost exactly at our major area of support. That is why I am telling to you, yes, this specific level is the level where I am interested to fire another long position, not only on Bitcoin, literally on the entire crypto market. And also one very important thing, if the support level is going to be lost, only in that case we are going to look for lower. And probably right now you're also wondering, what is the next support level? Because the thing is, our ABC correction right here still remains valid if we are going to go lower towards downside, towards our lower target. And what is then going to be our lower target? Simply, we once again need to measure the entire upper price section with our volume. And what are you going to see? Value area low on Bitcoin, the last important volume support level, is going to come in at approximately 102.4 thousand US dollars, aligning very nicely from the low back towards the high with the golden Fibonacci ratio. So I would say like that, we trade from level to level. Right now, the biggest support level is coming in at 106,000 US dollars, but in a case it is going to be broken, only in that case we are going to look for lower target at approximately 102.2 thousand US dollars. In that case, our ABC correction is going to look something like that, but of course, at least in my opinion, in terms of symmetry, it would be much better if we are bottoming out approximately at this specific area, approximately at 106,000 US dollars, and only then continue our way much higher towards the upside. Now, additionally, a lot of people were wondering if I would still be interested to fire another short or a sell position at approximately 109,000 US dollars, because as you probably know, 109,000 US dollars is also quite a significant price target you should really be aware of. But the reality is, this specific level, in my opinion, it still is a big area of resistance. However, if we talk about a bullish scenario, that being said, if we then say Bitcoin finished the first impulsive L-Night wave right here, we finished the correction, then we can expect the third most impulsive L-Night wave towards the upside. And in that case, no, I would not be interested to fire a short or a sell position at the liquidity level at approximately 109,000 US dollars. I would still have an alert set right here for me to see if there is going to be some kind of a reaction, but nevertheless, in terms of the L-Night wave theory, I would simply say if the correction is going to be finished right here and we start moving impulsively towards the upside, the third L-Night wave is usually the biggest one with the highest volume, and it usually moves very fast. That is why, of course, if we do see an impulse towards the upside, no, we are not expecting a rejection right here. We are literally going to look straight towards another all-time high on the Bitcoin chart itself. So if right now the opportunity is going to be offered to us, personally, I am looking for another long or a buy position of Bitcoin approximately at this specific area of support. And if we are going to drop lower, the next target is going to be 102.2 thousand US dollars. But nevertheless, a lot of people, in my opinion, are not right now already expecting another all-time high on Bitcoin. Some of them are even bearish. How do I know that? Because majority of the market are right now still holding short positions, because the biggest liquidation cluster is still going to be at approximately 109,000 US dollars, which means that if Bitcoin does see a push towards the upside, a lot of people are going to get liquidated, but we are going to know probably we are looking for another all-time high on the Bitcoin chart itself. And that is why, if you want to trade with us and take an advantage of the free bonus and also get 20 USDT just for signing up, click the first link down below, and after you register and after initial deposit, you're going to get some very nice bonuses. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.